Hello friends, Raymond and I are going camping this weekend on a photo journey, let's call it, and I just finished packing. Now, I am in the middle of doing a whole video series on travel photography, or kind of more to the point, photography on vacation, when you want to enjoy your vacation, but also enjoy your photography. A couple weeks ago, I shared a video on packing light for your vacation photography. Being able to get good photos, but not being so focused on your gear. Not carrying a whole lot either. But today, in honor of this road trip / camping trip, I am sharing a video about the opposite. This video is about packing heavy, about packing anything and everything that you want to achieve your artistic vision, whatever that may be, on whatever trip that you are going on. In my case, it is a camping trip that is also a bit of a road trip. So in this video, I just want to share with you everything that I have packed here in my big electronics hiking bag. First of all, you can see that I am packed, with the exception of this tripod, in my Atlas athlete bag. This is just my favorite bag for carrying my photo gear in general because it has a good amount of space in it. It's super flexible, and I can use it for hiking as well, or even running if I want. Now, that's important to me because just because I'm packing heavy, it doesn't mean I'm not packing smart, because just because I want to bring everything and everything I need, it doesn't mean that I just want to throw all of my cameras and lenses in a bag and bring it all. No, I still want to be smart about what I'm bringing. And I will actually talk to you about some of those trade-offs that I sometimes make as I go through what's in this bag. Okay, what's in the bag? Let's get started up top here. Up top, I have a charger. This is a charger for the bodies that you will find in the bag here pretty soon. I'm just going to tuck that back in there. I will tell you how I will charge my things in just a little bit here, but let's start with the non-camera bodies and lenses. All this stuff that's in the top. Now, the stuff that's in the top, this isn't stuff that I will typically hike with. I like to have all of my electronics in one place while I'm on my journey, but then maybe once I get to where I'm going, in this case, this camping trip, I might put things in certain places so that I know where they are when I need them, but I don't have to carry them on my back the whole time, because I am also going to be hiking many, many miles in the mountains and canyons. So yeah, I don't necessarily want to be carrying all of this stuff with me at all times. Okay, this is a lens hood. You'll see that lens shortly. You can guess by the size of the hood that it's a big lens. And then I also have this case of GoPro stuff, and then some. I will go into that in just a second. And then I have this little baggie full of cables. I have this little case with a microphone. Again, I'll show you all this stuff in a minute. Once I can put my bag down, I have to hold on to it or else it will tip over right now. I have a poncho because rain is in the forecast. And really anytime I'm camping, I typically try to bring some sort of rain protection. That poncho in particular is quite voluminous, which is handy when I am doing photography, because I can put the poncho over my whatever camera gear I'm carrying, and then I can just pull the camera out when I need to, so it doesn't get, totally soaked. All right, that is a charger for the MacBook that I have. So let's start. Oh, nope, there's still a few more things. Hold on. Let me just take everything out. That's it. Okay. Let me lay this down. Okay. By the way, this video might look a little bit different than most of my other videos because I am filming it with the Nikon P1000, which I am testing out right now, and I wanted to test it out for video a little bit more. Plus, the cameras that I normally film with are in here. Okay. this is how I will be backing up my images. Now, if I am just on vacation, having a good time, I may or may not back up my images. In this case, I am also working on the trip. I will be sharing this photography and videos with you. So I do need to back everything up. So I bring this old, small 11-inch MacBook Air. And in addition to that, I bring this. This is a 1 terabyte SSD. This way, excuse me, this way I can have everything backed up on here, and I can carry this with me if I want to. So what I will probably end up doing is putting 1 copy of the images on the MacBook itself, 1 copy of the images on this SSD, and then I will probably carry the SSD around with me because I don't want to carry the computer around with me when I'm hiking all day, so it's going to be in the car. If the worst happens and it does get broken into and the computer gets stolen, at least I will still have a copy of all of the previous day's antics on this SSD. So there's that. When I am traveling to other places for extended periods of time, I actually might go ahead and bring my big 15-inch MacBook Pro. It just depends on what I'm doing and where I'm going and how secure I think my stuff will be, if it's like in a hotel room safe or something like that. All right, what else do I have in here? This is a microphone. The microphone is a Rode Video Micro. I like this guy because he's small and I can take photos when this is on the top of my camera. I will go into the cameras in just a minute, but I can shoot video on the cameras that I brought, so I will. And if I want to talk, I've got good audio. And then in here, I have cables. This is just the little, this bag actually came inside this GoPro case, and I just fill it with cables. I have card readers because I need those for backing up my images. I have an XQD card reader, and then the micro SD card reader for the GoPro that I'm going to show you in just a minute. Actually, this is like a multi-card reader. It's not just micro SD. And cables. I have a lightning cable for my phone. I have several micro USB cables for some things that I will show you in just a minute. And 1 little power plug. And then I promise I'll get to how I'm powering this stuff in just a moment, how I'm recharging and using those cables. But before then, I have this GoPro case filled with stuff. So I have lots of, not a lot, but some GoPro stuff in here. I've got the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I love this for off-the-cuff video, B-roll, time lapses, anything that I just want to do really quickly, I like to do with this. I also like to use this vlog style. It has really good stabilization. The onboard audio is not very bad. And yeah, so I like to use that. I also have the USB-C charging cable for it, but I also have an extra battery in the little 2 battery charger. And then a few other things like the little mini Gorilla Pod. Also in here, I have 3 of these lights. These are Lytra Pro lights. I like these because they are really flexible, but also really powerful, and they last quite a long time for little, portable lights like this. Oh, and they're waterproof, which is stupendous, especially again, because it might rain. So I wanted to bring these because 1, I'm camping, and extra light when you're camping is always great. However, I am thinking I might be able to do some astrophotography on this trip, so maybe a little light painting with these guys. So that's why I'm bringing all 3 of them that I have. Now, I also have a USB charger. This one is fairly robust. You can see it's pretty big. This is the Extreme series, the RAV Power Extreme series. It has several USB connectors here, and this is probably how I will charge things overnight. Or I might even carry this with me while we're hiking. Kind of depends, just as a an additional kind of insurance if I need to charge my cameras or the GoPro while we're out. That'll be kind of a game time decision if I carry this or not, because it is kind of heavy, it's big. And then the last thing I had in here was this. This is, you know, a little rocket blower because I'm going to a very dusty place and I might need to clean off my gear. I don't think I mentioned that in my little cables case, I also have lens wipes because not only is rain in the forecast, but it is also a very dusty place and I might need these. Okay, I think that was everything on the table, right? Right. Did I mention the tripod? This isn't something I'll be hiking with, but I might do astrophotography, I might film videos, I might do a time lapse, who knows? That's why I have this with me. Okay, now let's get to the super good stuff. The actual cameras and lenses that I am bringing. Now, this isn't just for me. If it was just for me, I would probably bring one camera body and lenses and then like backup SD cards, batteries, all that. But because it is going to be both Raymond and I, there are 2 camera bodies and 3 lenses, plus 2 extra batteries because these cameras use the same battery. So we have 2 extras. All right, number 1. I have, you can probably guess, the Nikon Z7. And the reason that I really like bringing out the Z7 and its bro, the Z6, is that they are good for both photo and video. And for me, being a YouTuber, that's super handy. Now, I know that DSLRs will do video, but for me, being able to do near silent autofocusing and face detect and everything, it's great. So let's talk about the lenses that are on these 2 bodies. Number 1, this is the 24-70 f2.8 S lens. Now, here's where I was kind of trying to pack smarter, or do I just go ahead and pack heavier, right? So I have the 24-70 f4 lens as well that I actually got in a kit with this Z7, but I recently got the f2.8 version. And I was thinking, you know, look at the size difference. This is lighter and smaller, and I am going to be hiking a lot. Would it be better for me to bring this lens instead of the larger and heavier lens? Would it be a smarter choice? However, I'm wanting to do astrophotography, so I'm going ahead and bring in the big lens. I'm going to just deal with the extra weight on my hiking. Now, next, on the Z6, we have the 14-30 millimeter f4S lens for the Z series cameras. So we've got ultra wide. I'm borrowing this from Nikon, by the way. I have not purchased it, although who knows, after this I might be wanting it. Where I am going is particularly grand, so I wanted to be able to get everything into the frame. I haven't always been a huge fan of ultra wide, just my own personal style. I think it's great when other people use it, but I haven't always been a fan of it until really recently. I have wanted to use it more and more, so hence borrowing the ultra wide lens. So what will happen is that probably while Raymond and I are hiking, we will be switching off the lenses or just switching the full setups. That's what we tend to do when we are together and hiking anyway. And then the last thing, yeah, it's the lens that goes along with the giant lens hood. And this is the 200-500 f5.6 f-mount Nikon lens. I have the FTZ adapter on it, and this is a beast. But I'm packing heavy, and I decided to bring it. I am bringing this for a couple of reasons. One, I'm going to a place that I've never been before. I don't really know what I'm going to be running into. I'm making the commitment to just carry a whole bunch of stuff. However, the other thing is where I'm going is bear and bobcat country, and it's getting to be the time that they are going to be active. Aside from bears and bobcats, there are a great many species of wildlife that live in this place. And where I'm going is the desert. I grew up in the desert. So I have a special place in my heart for desert, everything desert animals, desert plants, everything. So I don't want to miss any opportunities to get that cool shot of that scorpion that's going across the ground, or that snake, or whatever we run into. Maybe a coati, maybe a bear, who knows? But yeah, that's why I decided to go ahead and make the leap to take the 200 to 500. As an alternative, I could have brought something that is also large, but definitely more compact and a little bit lighter. It's the 70 to 200 f2.8 lens. I don't really think I'm gonna need to be at f2.8 on this trip for my purposes, so we're going long. All right, that's what I packed. It's gonna be heavy. I probably won't be carrying all of these things in the backpack at any point in time during the trip, but like I said, I do like to keep things together while I'm traveling. What'll probably happen is that Raymond and I will have the two camera bodies out almost at all times. And then just the telephoto lens or whatever lens isn't on a body will be in the back of the camera bag the rest of the time. That's it. That's it, everybody. That's what I have packed for this trip. Oh, I never told you how I'm going to keep everything powered. Oh my goodness. I promised and promised. Okay, how I'm going to keep everything powered is, if you've seen me camp before, you probably already know I have a solar powered generator. Actually can be powered by any number of things. I can power it from my car. I can power it from a wall plug. That's actually how I topped it off yesterday when I was making sure that it was all charged up. But I'm bringing my Energy Kodiak generator along with the solar panel, because not only will this generator be charging all of this stuff at night, it has AC plugs, it has USB plugs, so yeah, I can charge everything all at once. But I also have a hot plate, and that's what I will be cooking on, which sounds a little bit silly. When Raymond first suggested bringing a hot plate instead of like a camp stove when we were going camping, I was like, I don't know about that. But it actually makes a lot of sense with our solar generator, so that's what we'll be using. But that's not photography gear, so that's where I will end that conversation. Okay, everybody, that's it. That's how I pack heavy, but still packing smart, making the smart decisions. On any given trip, I may have decided to bring the 24 to 70 f4 lens instead of the 24 to 70 f2.8 lens, because it will give me stellar images. But in this case, I want to do some of that night photography, so I'm going to need the wider aperture. All right, tell me now, how do you pack heavy? What does packing heavy look like to you? Does it look like a big hard-sided case and you're bringing all your flashes and you're bringing more camera bodies and such than I am? Does it look like you're bringing half of what I'm bringing? Tell us all down in the comments below, and tell us how you carry everything, because you know us photographers, we like our bags. Tell us about your bags and cases in the comments below. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon with stuff from this trip. Very exciting. I plan to share the adventure video next week. Thanks.